Today is May 30th, 2014. I'm Susan West, and I'm in Hatteras Village talking with Josephine Oden today. Miss Jo, can you tell me where you were born and when you were born?
January 25th, 1941.
21.
21, okay. Were you born here in Hatteras?
Yeah.
Okay. And what were your parents' names?
Inez Daniels Austin.
Okay.
And Andrew Austin. What else?
Okay, Austin. Okay. Were they both born here in Hatteras too?
Mama was from Wanchese.
From Wanchese.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how they met?
Yeah. She was a teacher. She came from Matteo down to, let me see. She was teaching in Frisco.
Okay.
When she and Daddy at.
And so she was from Wanchese, but your dad was from Hatteras Village.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And what kind of work did your father do?
He had the store over here.
Okay. What was the name of that?
A.S. Austin. Oh, what was the A.S. Austin? Merchandise, or whatever.
Okay.
Had gold letters on the windows.
Gold letters?
Letters.
And what kind of merchandise did they carry in the store? Do you remember?
Oh, sure. Foods and all sorts of stuff.
Did they carry like fabric for people?
Fabrics, yeah. They had fabrics. And I remember nails and such as that.
Carpentry and hardware.
Yeah.
Okay. How about, did they carry things like,
Oh, yeah, Christmas things. Oh, gosh.
Oh, they did?
Oh, sure.
Yeah. Like a general
After
store.
Thanksgiving, certain places in the store were changed, and Christmas things were all put up.
Okay.
Oh,
so, did your dad start that store, or was that a family?
Dad did it all, yeah.
He did it all.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Did your mom work in the store?
Mama was a teacher.
She continued to teach then.
Mm-hmm.
And do you remember what she taught? What grades or subject matter?
Just young children is all I know.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm sure. When you teach, you go from one grade to another.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Especially back then,
Yeah.
they had to do it all,
Mm-hmm.
basically. Do you remember your grandparents, your father's mother? And what were they like?
Grandparents.
Mm-hmm.
She was Grandpa George was Wanchese.
Grandpa George. And he was a Daniels?
Daniels.
Okay. Did you see him very often when you were a child? Did you go from Hatteras to Wanchese often?
Not often, but we went occasionally.
And how did you get there?
By boat.
By boat?
Mm-hmm.
Did it take a long time?
I guess not. No longer than usual.
Okay. And how about your...
They had mail boat. They went with the mail boat sometimes, too, I guess.
Okay, you could travel on the mail boat or...
Yeah, or Daddy had boats that carried, oh gosh, my mind's terrible.
No, it isn't.
But he had
it's
boats
pretty
that
good.
carried stuff from here to Elizabeth City. And at one time, I guess it was from here to Washington.
Okay, to Little Washington.
To Little Washington.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what, do you remember what he carried on those boats? Did he carry
people a lot of times?
People?
Yeah.
Did you ever carry fish? Seafood?
Well, I'm sure they did.
Uh-huh.
They had fish and
Okay.
ice.
Okay. When you were a little girl, where was your family's home? Was it there where the
Right
store?
where it is now.
Where the store is?
There's a house there too now.
Oh, there was.
Well, there still is.
Okay, well, I know the building that was the store.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you live in that building?
Well, there was a store. It's the same building as it is now.
There's apartments above the store.
You lived above the store?
No.
No?
There's the side house that's attached to the store as well.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So you were right there next to the store.
Right there next to the store and into the school.
Oh.
School was right across from us.
Okay. What was the school like? Big? Small?
Just a school.
Do you remember the teachers there?
No, I don't.
Uh-huh. Did you have a favorite subject?
Nope.
No?
Nope.
How about a favorite activity, or, did you play sports? What did you do for fun when you were a little girl?
Well, we used to go to the beach.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, we walked down to the beach, all the way to the beach.
Okay. Did you go swimming?
Well, of course.
Okay.
She'd steal the little boys' clothes sometimes.
I was going to ask, yeah.
Okay.
Did you have a bathing suit or what?
Well, of course.
Okay. Okay.
Well, one Sunday, heck. Before that Sunday, not a shipwreck had come, washed ashore.
Oh, my goodness.
It was down there. And it was quite a place for the boys. There would be these cracks in the
boat.
In the boat, the part of the boat that came out, there were all these cracks, and the boys would go down there and play, and the water would come up through the cracks in the thing, and so one Sunday they were down there and they all took off their clothes. Well, us girls happened to be going down there, so we went down there. We saw that they had their clothes off. We took them and ran. So we were running back to the, not the store, the building back there that begins the village.
Okay.
Dead moment. We ran down and got their clothes, and then we're running back to the building and turned around and looked, and they were naked running behind us. So we dropped the clothes and we took off.
That's great.
Yeah.
Were your parents, were you allowed to go out on the beach with your girlfriends? They didn't mind that?
Of course not.
Okay. I didn't know. I thought maybe they would be more protective.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So,
incidentally, Daddy was quite a... When he was quite young, he was taken sick and was badly bent. But he was right there with everybody. I mean, people went to him to have this sawed or that sewed or all sorts of stuff. They just came to Daddy.
So he was very helpful and supportive
of the whole village.
The whole village.
Yeah.
That's nice.
He was a good man. And of course, we were right across from the school. If anybody wanted anything, they came to the store. Mr. Anders.
Mr. Anders.
Mr. Anders. They went to Mr. Anders' store to get whatever they needed.
Okay. Okay. So, what other things when you were growing up did you and your girlfriends do for fun? You went to the beach. Mm-hmm. Were there any celebrations or festivals? Did the school or the church maybe have special fairs?
Well, I'm sure we did. I couldn't tell you just what.
Okay.
Nothing's
Nothing.
outstanding, I'm sure. But,
Were there other general stores here in Hatteras?
oh, yeah. The Red and White was here before Daddy was.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Any others?
And there, there was, one down the road where, where Belinda is. Belinda?
Uh-huh,
Yeah.
Lee Robinson.
Lee Robinson.
Okay.
Lee Robinson's and that store. And I don't
Didn't
know.
you say there was one down Kohler once upon a time?
Oh, yeah, it was.
Oh, there was?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So there were a lot more stores here back then than there are now.
No, I wouldn't say so. We have,
No.
how many stores do we have now? One, two, three.
Three that
About
I can...
the same.
Yeah,
Mhm.
probably about the same.
There's one store that used to be way out. Oh, golly, I'm not going to get... I remember, but I can't remember.
I know the feeling. I know the feeling well.
Oh, boy, okay.
So, let me ask you this. Suppose you took ill when you were a child. Was there a doctor here in the village?
Yeah, I think so.
There was?
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Didn't he stay in one of the apartments for a little while? Didn't the doctor stay in one of the apartments for a little while above the store?
I don't remember that now.
okay. So,
Could be, but I don't remember right now.
have you always lived in Hatteras Village?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, tell me about this. Didn't you leave to go to school?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
And where did you go to school?
University of North Carolina.
In Chapel Hill?
Well, of course.
Okay. So, what did you study?
Good thought. Journalism.
Journalism.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Did many other young ladies from Hatteras Village go to college?
Not very many.
So that was sort of unusual.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, why do you think you did that?
I don't know.
Did you want to do it?
Yeah, I wanted to go to college.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And tell me a little bit about the difference between life here in Hatteras Village and then when you got out to college. I mean, it was much larger than what you were used to.
Well, I don't know.
No?
I don't remember too much about it.
You weren't frightened or anything by moving to the big
city?
city?
No, I wouldn't have gone if I did.
Uh-huh.
If I'd been worried.
Okay.
No, I guess I started out at women's college.
Okay. And do you remember?
And I didn't like that, so I went to.
Why didn't you like it?
There was some woman that was a teacher, I think, that I didn't really like.
Uh-huh.
So
So you transferred over?
I transferred to
And
UNC.
got a degree in journalism?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you like writing?
No.
What? And then when you got your degree, did you come right back home then? Did you move back home to Hatteras after you finished school?
I don't really remember.
Okay.
Didn't you go to Edenton for a little bit? You got a job there at a newspaper?
Edenton?
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't remember.
No? Okay. So
I went to. Yeah. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, that was just temporary. Very temporary.
So you came back home, and then married. And what did your husband's family do? What did his father do?
Had a store.
They had a store too?
Mm-hmm.
So,
here.
okay. And do you remember the name of their store?
Dan Oden's.
Okay. Okay. And that was, Dan Oden was your husband's father?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay. Okay. Did you, when you were growing up, did your mother prepare any special meals or dishes that you particularly liked? What was a typical meal that you had when you were growing up? Did you eat a lot of seafood?
I didn't.
You didn't? Did the other members of your family?
Well, we had a store, so if we didn't like what we were eating, we just went in the store and got a can of something. Yeah, okay. That's all.
Yeah, you were fortunate.
Yeah, we were.
Do you remember if your mother cooked a lot of fish?
Mm-mm.
She didn't?
Not everybody liked fish.
Right.
In the family.
How about poultry, chicken?
We had chickens. Killed our own chickens.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Pigs?
There was one animal. Was it a pig? I guess it must have been. We had one animal, I remember.
Okay.
That was killed there.
Okay. And
I'm sure there were more than that.
did your family have a vegetable garden?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Did you have to work in that?
Did I have to work in it?
Uh-huh.
No, I don't remember that I ever worked in there. Daddy did it.
Dad did it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you mentioned that he had...
It was badly.
Do you know what that was? What happened? Was it...
I don't know.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
And...
He was badly bent.
Okay. Was your mom healthy?
Oh, yeah, she was healthy.
Okay. When you were growing up, were there any storms that you remember in particular?
Yeah, I remember one. I don't know, just seemed like it was in January. And the tide came up, which was unusual at that time of the year, I think.
Okay.
And I can remember sitting on the stair steps watching the water come up.
Okay.
In the house.
Did it get it got into the house?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I was on third or fourth step going upstairs, sitting there waiting for it to come up.
Oh my goodness. And did it do a lot of damage to the house, or?
Oh no, I don't think so.
Do you remember how your parents cleaned up and all? Was it?
We just did the best we could.
Uh-huh.
Sweep, sweep, sweep.
Uh-huh. That was a wintertime storm then, January.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How about...
It was unusual.
Yeah. Hurricanes and summertime, tropical storms.
Well, same old thing.
Yeah. Do you think there were as many of them back then as there seem to be now?
I don't know. I hadn't thought about it.
Uh-huh. So, you and your husband start married life. What kind of work did your husband do? Did he work in his father's store?
Good thought. I don't remember.
Okay.
I guess he must have.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And you had 2 children, right? Did you go to a hospital to give birth? Do you remember?
I remember going to Elizabeth City.
You went to Elizabeth City?
I think.
Okay. For both of them, they were born
I don't remember where they went. There for the births or not?
Okay.
I don't remember.
Well,
we had doctors here, so a doctor, Dr. Kenfield.
Okay. So maybe they could have been born here on the island then.
Mm-hmm.
I understand there's a photograph of you when you were a little girl down at the museum, the graveyard of the Atlantic Museum, with a celebration when Billy Mitchell was here. Do you remember that? Mary Ellen told me they have a photograph of you in a crowd of people, and I guess it was a celebration when Billy Mitchell came, I guess, back to the island to visit. Do you remember that?
No, I don't.
Where there's a big picnic. You're dressed in white. The picture of you at the museum.
Oh, you're talking about that one on the beach.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. What about that? I was only 2 years old.
Oh, okay. So you
There's pictures there at the
tiny. Was there a big crowd of people there? I haven't seen
it was just, well, it was the Coast Guard station. We were on the a walkway from, I don't know where it went. Anyway, that's where they had the party.
Where
the
was
picnic at the Coast Guard station.
Where was that?
On the beach.
On the beach here in Hatteras. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And do you remember grown-ups and all talking about Billy Mitchell?
No, I don't remember people talking about it, but Billy Mitchell was in and out of Daddy's store all the time and just all sorts of stuff like that.
He was.
Shank, they gave him a job. Shank was my brother, and
okay.
They hired him to do something.
Okay.
So he was the only one that got paid on Saturdays.
And do you know, Shank, how much older than you was Shank?
I couldn't tell you.
Okay. But
maybe 5, 8, I don't know, 8, 10.
So the store was really a busy place.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I guess...
oh, yeah. Saturday nights, the men were all around the pot-bellied stove in the store, telling their tales.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I guess that's where news traveled fast, probably, at the store.
Right, yeah.
Everybody...
And if anybody wanted anything, they came to Daddy.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I remember them having to come to cut glass and such as that. Daddy had to cut it for them. He kept a,
Glass cutter.
Okay.
Glass cutter in his desk, and people came there to get glass cut.
Okay.
And just all sorts of stuff like that.
So
They had a... I don't know what you'd call it. Forget it.
Okay. Okay. But he was, in addition to being a merchant, was
crippled.
Uh-huh. And...
But people relied on him.
Uh-huh. That must have made you proud of your father.
Definitely did.
Yeah. Yeah. To have... Did you go to church when you were growing up?
Well, of course. Right across the street from it.
Methodist church?
Methodist church.
Okay.
Mama was right there every Sunday.
She was?
Yes, she was.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it doesn't look like the Methodist church does now, does it?
Yes, it does.
Same style building and all?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And do you remember when they put Highway 12 in on the island, when they paved the road?
I'm sure I must, but I don't.
Do you remember traveling between villages before there was a paved road?
Yeah.
Didn't you get stuck in the
Well,
sand a lot?
Of course you did. You sure did. You had to get out. Oh, this was the best one. But I can't think who they were. Mr. Duff. Mr. Duff had a store. And it was red and white.
Okay.
And oh gosh, this other guy had the a place right there on the corner where you make the turn. Oh golly, I can't think of his name.
And Mr. Duff was the red and white. So with your Burris.
And this other fellow had oil and stuff and other stuff. He had a store there.
He wasn't a balance, was he?
Hmm?
Was he a balance?
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So.
And he was in the same condition as Daddy, his back and all.
He was.
And I don't know what in the world happened to them.
Okay. So you were going to tell me about traveling on the road and getting stuck?
Oh, yeah. Well, anyway. These two men, I'm not going to repeat it because I can't remember, I've forgot them already. They had gone out of town, let's say up to Frisco, and they were coming back, and they'd had too much to drink. So they got stuck, and one of them got out to push, and the other fellow just drove on off and left him.
That's great. That's great.
That was fun.
Were there places that served alcohol back then?
Oh, they made their own, I guess.
Okay.
I got it from Matteo.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Maybe a little bit of moonshine coming in. What, during your lifetime, can you describe how Hatteras has changed? I mean, when you were a little girl, did you ever anticipate that there would be as much growth? Yeah.
No, I never thought about it.
Uh-huh. Has it been good?
Mm-hmm.
Has this been good for Hatteras, the growth to have?
Oh, of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why? What has it brought?
Well, we had, I don't know. We have all these people that come down here to go fishing, and yeah, well, that was definitely it, I guess.
Did many people come here
to go fishing
when you were a little girl? Do you remember? Did you have tourists? Did they come to Hatteras Village when you were a child?
I'm sure they did.
Do you have any idea where they stayed? Were there?
Yeah, Aunt Julia kept some.
Aunt Julia?
Uh-huh.
Did she have, like, a boarding house? Or a guest house?
Boarding house.
Okay.
She was a teacher.
Okay. And were there restaurants here, or did she provide meals at the boarding house?
She provided meals.
She did?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And she was related to your dad or to your mother?
Dad.
Okay. Aunt Julia. Do you remember where her boarding house was?
Yep. I remember exactly where it was.
In relation to where you lived, where was?
In relation to where I live, let's see, you go out here and you...
It would be...
You turn that way.
Okay. And it'd be down their way. Did people come here to hunt?
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Uh-huh. Were there hunting clubs, or what did...
Yeah.
Okay. And do you remember anything about those, where their names or who ran those?
Sure. I probably have to think a while.
Okay. But they were all...
Mr. Heilner.
Mr.
Heilner.
Okay.
But I can't remember anymore right now.
Okay. So Hatteras Village has pretty much always had people from other places come to visit here.
Yeah.
Because of...
Well, there were 3 men there were rich men from up north, and they came every year
for hunting
and fishing and such.
Okay.
Mostly, well, that's enough said.
Okay. So,
but they built a building down here. Daddy did it. Daddy built it for them.
Oh.
Yeah. In fact, Daddy owned all that land. Daddy owned property.
Okay.
But he owned property from. If you go down the road there, before you go into. Oh gosh.
He had a lot of property.
He had a lot of property.
Okay.
But.
Okay. And he
bought property all the time. Yeah.
A good investment.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And he could build things also? Build houses?
Boat houses.
Build houses. You said?
Daddy?
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah, he built them for these men.
Okay.
These men.
And
Mr. Heiler and, oh gosh, I can't remember the other two guys. But they were around here for a long time.
And what did they what did they do?
Well, they were from north.
Okay. Okay. And they used that when they came here to visit?
Well, they might be staying with Aunt Julia.
Okay.
Her house, or oh gosh, I can't remember all this stuff.
I know. It's a long time ago, but I think you're doing good. How about a bank? When you were a little girl, was there a bank here in the village? Do you remember that?
No.
Yeah. So.
We didn't have a bank.
Okay.
Post office, no bank.
A post office. So I wonder how your dad did his banking and took care of that. Maybe through the mail.
Through Elizabeth City, I guess.
Uh-huh.
He owned boats going back and forth there, so.
Okay. How about cars?
Cars?
Did your dad have a car?
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh. Okay.
He wasn't the first to have a car here, but...
He wasn't?
He got cars.
Uh-huh.
Mr. Ellsworth got the first car.
Ellsworth?
Ellsworth Balance, yeah.
Okay.
He had the first car on Hatteras.
And do you remember what he did?
Mr. Ellsworth.
Was he with the oil company?
I've forgotten.
Okay.
Mr. Ellsworth. Oh, he had a store up the road.
Okay. And
later he had the places out on the beach.
Okay.
Where the hotel is, it's on the beach.
Okay.
That was his. Mr. Ellsworth.
The Atlantic View?
Mm-hmm.
Was that his?
Yeah.
Okay. And that was really the first big hotel here, wasn't it?
Yeah, they built a hotel.
Okay.
Yeah. He did.
Did you learn to drive when you were a young woman?
I don't remember it.
Do you remember who taught you how to drive? No? It just came natural.
I don't know about that.
What's special about Hatteras Village? What makes this such a good place? What do you think? What do you like best about your town?
Gee, I never thought about it.
I bet you have thought about it.
No, I haven't. What I like best about Hatteras?
Uh-huh.
I don't know.
Would you want to live any other place?
Well, I would, probably. Probably wouldn't matter.
You're an adventurous sort.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, how long have you lived
here
in this house? On this?
I couldn't tell you. Save my life.
A long time?
No, it's not been awfully long, but
no. Do you still volunteer at the museum?
Mm-mm.
But you did for a long time.
For a long time, yeah.
Yeah. What did you do there?
I was at the desk.
Okay.
When people came in, I had them sign.
You
That
greeted
was all.
people.
That was all. Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
And they liked me because then all these people that came through there, they could try to
pick your brains?
Pick my brains.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'm sure, they did appreciate having a woman who has lived in Hatteras Village for a long time greet them at the door. So, do you remember a lot of, you mentioned the one shipwreck. Do you remember other shipwrecks?
Oh, sure.
Yeah. I guess when you were a child, that was pretty big excitement if you heard about a shipwreck.
Yeah.
Do you ever remember, like, other things washing up on the beach? Somebody...
yeah, big old fish.
Fish.
Occasionally.
How about somebody in Avon told me one time a bunch of really big tires washed up on the beach from a ship. And then somebody else told me bananas.
The bananas washed up here.
They did?
No, wait a minute. A boat washed up here with bananas, yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Daddy kept them in his garage, kept him upstairs in the attic until they were all...
I guess everybody ate a lot of bananas.
Yeah,
Banana pudding.
Daddy put his up in the attic, and they just stayed there for a long time. As they ate from them. They had a pile. There was a whole ship load, and it was over on Ocracoke, I think, that it had ashore.
Oh, my goodness.
But, I read about that not too long ago, but it's gone already.
And do you remember anything else unusual washing up on the beach?
Oh, me.
During World War II, could you see ships exploding off the coast? Some people have told me, that they...
I wasn't here when that was happening.
Oh, that's when you were in college?
No, that's when I was married, I guess, and was away from here.
Okay. Where were you?
Gosh.
Wasn't Carlos with the Coast Guard at that time?
No, Carlos wasn't with the Coast Guard. Ask me again.
Okay. When you were married and you and Carlos weren't living here, do you remember why you weren't living here? Did he have a job someplace else?
No, it wasn't that. Oh, gosh, we were up in near Pennsylvania. Not Pennsylvania, but somewhere's up there. He was.
Oh.
Yeah.
And he was working up there?
Well, whatever he was doing, I don't know what I've forgotten.
And were you there too?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Did you like living up there?
It was okay.
It was? Not as good as home?
Oh, I don't know about that.
Okay.
We were close to Pennsylvania, I remember.
Okay. Maybe in Maryland?
No.
New Jersey?
No.
Okay. Ohio?
No.
No. West Virginia? No? None of those places. Yeah. Your son Jeff is a pretty dedicated commercial fisherman.
Yes, he is.
Your husband didn't fish, did he? Carlos, he wasn't a commercial fisherman. So where do you think Jeff got his love for commercial fishing? Were there other family members who fished?
Oh, yeah.
A lot of them?
His son, oh, yeah. I remember one of his brothers fished.
Okay.
Uncle Monroe.
One of Carlos' brothers.
Mm.
Okay.
Uncles. Uncle Monroe.
Uncle Monroe.
Uncle Monroe
Okay.
Boston.
He was a fisherman.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess Jeff comes by that naturally.
Probably.
Yeah. Did you want Jeff to be a commercial fisherman?
I never questioned it.
You didn't?
Mm-mm.
It was okay with you?
Well, of course.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you think Hatteras Village will be like in 20 years? Any guesses? The same as it is now? Bigger?
I think it'll be bigger.
Uh-huh. More houses, maybe?
Maybe.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm really surprised to see all the houses on this beach this year.
Uh-huh. There are a lot of people here.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. Hatteras Village has a library, a nice library. Was there a library here when you were growing up?
Let me think. Yeah.
There was.
Yeah.
Maybe in the school?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you read a lot of books?
I really did.
Uh-huh. Did you have favorites?
No, I don't know about that. Excuse me.
Uh-huh.
Hello?
There was just a bad fire over at the condos here.
I know nothing about it.
Yeah. But was there a fire station here when you were a little girl?
Well, it's been here a long time.
It has been.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And
we were the first one to have one on the beach here.
oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Hatteras Village was. That's great. And it's still a great fire department. Excellent. Do you remember what happened before there was a fire department? If somebody had a fire in their home? Yeah. People.
No, I don't remember.
You don't?
Mm-mm.
Is there anything else you want to share with people today?
Not that I can. I think you've covered it all.
Okay. Thanks, Miss Jo.
Oh.
I always enjoy visiting with you.
Well, come anytime.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.